Well, hello there, and welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 10. Kind of. Today I'm back on the Hermitcraft Season 10 world download to conquer my next build in a hermit's base, and as you may be able to tell, the victim of today's episode is none other than Mr. Grian. Now, I actually already did the building for this, and I forgot to record my intro beforehand, so I'm going to pop into my little camera mode and talk to you there and show you the before of what it looked like. This is the 5th or 6th hermit that I've done so far, so I'm excited to see how this goes. So if you want to see the hermits that I've done already, as well as my own original base, you can check the playlist in the description, and now with that, let's get straight into the building. Okay, so here is the before that we were working with. I love Grian's base, it looks really cool, I love all the exterior details, and it looks great from the outside, but when you go inside, especially this building, you will see that it's empty, and it makes sense, because there's a farm here, there's another farm in here, so obviously, you know, making it pretty on the inside is not top priority. There's not much that I can do to add to the outside of his base, so the next best thing would be to spruce up the insides and see if I can add a cool interior. There's also this big gap in this wall here, so I closed that up as well. Let's go ahead and hop into the time lapse and I'll talk you through the process there. Okay people, so first of all, of course I had to fill in this hole here and make sure that the building lined up with the rest of the mountain, and I fooled around with a window for a bit, but I ended up removing it later on. I just didn't feel like it looked right. After that, I started adding a floor to the inside where there was a big hole for the farm and building up the rest of the walls on the upper level. As you can see, there's quite a lot of missing walls and just exposed mountain that needed to be covered up so I could add an interior. After that, I fooled around with the ugliest fireplace you've ever seen, which is subject to change. As you can see, we ended up changing it again later. But before that, I decided to get my floor prepared, being very careful not to mess up the farm below. These shelf things ended up turning out pretty cool. I like how they look from both sides, but especially from the downstairs angle. I liked using these wooden pillars around the room to give it a cozy, closed-in vibe. I thought they looked pretty cool, and the spruce matches the warm tones of the rest of the color palette. And as you can see, I changed that fireplace to tough, which is considerably more appealing than the other ways that I had tried it. From there, I'm just experimenting with different shelf types. I'm really not an interior person. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. But hey, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to learn how to build better and pick up new skills along the way. And I genuinely do enjoy it, messing around with different techniques and trying to do most of it without inspiration so that I can confidently say that it is all original. As you may be able to see by the constant failed attempts at a shelf, which you will see ends up completely different later. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to add a bed to this area, but I figured I might as well make this building livable on its own, so I decided to add one, along with some storage and a jukebox and things like that. And I just think those paintings are pretty, and I put them there to try and hide the edge of the roof block there, and as the last step, just changing some of the monotony of the mangrove plains. Now let's hop into a tour in-game. Okay people, welcome. Let's go on a little tour of what you just saw. So let's go right in. I added a little bit more since the end of the time lapse. Mainly just on this wall, because I thought it looked pretty plain. But yeah, let's talk about it. So I built the majority of this on a stream, and it was super fun, because I had a lot of new viewers who had actually come from one of my previous Hermitcraft videos, and they were interested to see how I do these things, and some of them were giving me suggestions along the way, which was super nice. Felt like we were building it together, but I'm quite fond of how this little corner, this area looks. I think it looks pretty cozy. I'm happy with how it turned out. These bookshelves from floor to ceiling are quite cozy, and then just simple shelf designs and things like that on the side walls here. It was kind of hard to work around these little windows, but I didn't want to remove them because obviously those are visible from the outside. And here you can see I put Grian's armor set, which I'm also wearing. I put his armor set here in creative, so it ended up duplicating it. But something I like doing in the hermit's bases is saving their armor somewhere, just for the memory of it. But yeah, if we go up the little spiral staircase here to the upstairs area, I'm definitely more partial to the downstairs, but I don't think this is bad at all. The main issue was that I couldn't change a lot of the wall blocks because they're visible from the outside, so that mainly created an issue here. I'm not a fan of seeing the line of the roof block on top of the wall block, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially when you consider this was empty and uneven and had a hole in it, I would say this is quite the considerable improvement. I like this shelf design a lot. I'm not an interior person. This is the first interior that I've tried to do decently well, and I'm happy with it. I definitely have a lot of room to grow, but this is definitely a good start, and I think it's cozy, and it does blend in with Grian's style a pretty decent amount, which is usually what I'm going for when I'm adding my own touches to the Hermit's bases. So yeah, let me know what you think of this, and what you would have done, if there's anything you would have done differently, and suggestions you may have, because I might go back and change some of this depending on what the people think. And if you want to help take part in this, like some people did on my Twitch streams, then make sure you click the link in the description, and I hope to see you in my chat one day. Now, this wouldn't really be the Grian episode if we didn't do a little bit of fishing. Grian's mission of fishing up a mending book and then passing it down onto the people who download the world. Oh, I've been trying a little bit, not just here and there, and I have had no success. But one of these days, I'm confident that during recording for one of these videos, I will get the book. Plus, I mean, who can complain with a view like that? There are some other buildings that I could add an interior to in Grian's base, so if you want to see me do that, make sure you comment and let me know, because if somebody suggests something, usually I end up doing it. This has been a lovely episode. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again very soon in the next episode, and until then, have a good day and happy building. Goodbye!